So yesterday is Evan Bouchard unleashed an absolute boosh bomb. The thing pinballs off the post, then Montebo's back, then in the net to give the Oilers their franchise record 10th straight victory. That's just nuts to me. Like, do you know how many great players have played for the Oilers franchise? Like, Denis Gorobeshkov played for the Oilers. But in all seriousness, I'm genuinely shocked that none of those City of Champions years had a winning streak like this. And look, that market eats, sleeps, breathes Oilers. So I really do find it cool how that city gets basically obsessed with the Oilers, especially when they're doing well. So trust me, I'm totally aware how weird it is as a Flames fan that I don't despise the Oilers with every fiber of my being, except when the Flames play them, then I do. But other than that, I really don't mind when they're doing well. And look, obviously to win, this team needs McDavid and Draisaitl, and they've been performing. But it's the other guys that have really been impressing me lately. I mean, Stuart Skinner, we gotta start with him. Look at his last 5 games here. He hasn't let in more than 2 goals, and he hasn't had a save percentage under .929. He's been fantastic. Now, we've talked plenty about the underwhelming goaltending the Oilers have gotten last playoffs and at the beginning of the season this year, so I don't want to dive into that again. That's gotta be the most encouraging part of this 10-game win streak for Oiler fans, is how well Stuart Skinner and even Calvin Pickard at times have played. Next to that, the defense has been much better. Still have lots of work to do, but hey, compared to what they were at the beginning of the season, Nurse, Ceci, and Bouchard especially have been much better on the defensive side of the puck. Then we go up front, and yes, McDavid and Draisaitl are going to take all the headlines, but what more can you say about Zach Hyman, dude? He's having such a good season. He's on pace for 55 goals, and that's wild, but it's how he's scoring them that's really impressing me. We'll probably make a dedicated video on it at some point, but yes, he is benefiting from playing with Connor McDavid, obviously, but there's also a lot of other little things he does where you look at him and it's like, all right, this guy's turning into some kind of goal scorer. He's got a great nose for the net, and yes, a lot of times Connor's the one feeding him these pucks, but Connor's fed pucks to a lot of guys during his career who didn't have the skill to finish at a prolific rate and help the team win. Hyman can, and it's helping the Oilers a ton, especially on this winning streak. And games where earlier on in the season when they would have got down, they would have stayed there and not fought back to tie the game, they seem to have that extra gear, that extra belief now that they can actually do it. Like last night, Nick Suzuki makes a beautiful cross-ice pass to Caulfield, wide open net. Skinner's got no chance. It's 1-0 Montreal. The Oilers couldn't buy a goal till the third period where Draisaitl squeaked one, and even that one got challenged. It was a slog out there yesterday, and McDavid got booed for half of it.
For McDavid. Connor McDavid.
Those Montreal fans, they crack me up sometimes, man. And look, I know some people are already going to go through the list and say, oh, well, they beat the Habs, the Blackhawks, the Sens, the Ducks, the Sharks. They won quote-unquote easy games. Look, in the NHL, you can only win the games that are on your schedule. You can't put in a request to face tougher competition. And a lot of times, winning the games you're supposed to win is the difference between making the playoffs or not. And right now, the Oilers pulled themselves out of the league's basement into a playoff spot because they won those games. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.